Hi, Dad.
Hello, Kirsten.
So we're going to start the interview now, and I'm going to ask you questions about your communication styles in Mindshare and how you communicate to other people and your customers. So to start off, what is your role in this community as a discourse community?
My role is I am the Chief Executive Officer of Mindshare, and my role is to be responsible for all operations and the success or failure of the direction of the company.
Does any of your responsibilities relate to you having to communicate with people inside the community?
Every day, a key part of my responsibility is to communicate with every member of the team, and I communicate through memorandums and directives and meetings daily, and I set direction, follow through up on that direction, and again, I'm responsible for the success or failure of that direction. I also get involved in communicating outside of the local community by participating in the marketing efforts. So I would document announcements, marketing information, that is our directions, our direction in the industry. I communicate to all of our customers, and that's a big part of my daily activities.
Okay. One of the characteristics of a discourse community is that as a community you have a common goal. So what is your common goal as a community?
Well, our common goal as a company and as our efforts center around our software technology, which is all centered on data interoperability, data integration, data analytics, predictive analytics, which is a little technical probably for this conversation, but where we focus primarily is providing a service for child welfare organizations, and our software analyzes the data and highlights areas of risk and concern, and our primary mission is to improve child safety across the state of Florida and across other states that we do business with.
Okay. Also, another characteristic of discourse communities is methods of intercommunication. So you stated earlier that you use emails and memos. What exactly does that consist of?
Well, first of all, email is unfortunately a part of our day-to-day. Everybody in the community, everybody in the company interfaces with email. We interface amongst each other. We also communicate with our customers with email. But we do a fair amount of webinars, and those are online discussions online with video and audio and teleconference. We do a lot of communiques, which would be sending out memorandums with information updates. We have a blog, and we have a website.
Perfect. And lastly, with those characteristics, do you have a system of feedback to improve your community and your members work within the community? Like, do your customers have a way to contact you and say something's wrong or we need you to fix something? Is there like a communication within that as well?
Yep. We have an automated ticketing system where they can get online and open a ticket that goes directly to our help desk. That's also alerts folks by their text messages to their cell phone. They can also send emails to our tech support, which goes to a distribution list of all of our help desk folks. And we also have an 800 number where they can call in and get direct access to somebody to talk to.
Perfect. And going back to your communication with your customers, how exactly does that work? How do you communicate to them, and how do you reach out to new customers to find new people to provide services for?
Primarily, that is by telephone. We meet with each of our customers weekly. Then once a month, we meet with each of our customers directly on site, so we'll travel. We'll meet them in person. And we do a fair amount of meetings throughout the course of doing business with our customers.
And how would you say that you get the word out about your company to new people? Do you go places? Do you just have your website and your blog and hope somebody sees it? How do you reach new people?
Well, our website is one way, and we pay to have our keywords show up in the search engines on the internet. We also do business wire announcements, which we just recently did. We sent an announcement out that went across the nation. It hit about more than 10,000 different media sites, including social media, but also what we call trade rags, which is newspapers and magazines that are in our industry. And we also send direct mailings, in this case emails, to folks that we know, and that's primarily how we do it. We also have sales folks who make what's called cold calls. They'll get on the telephone, call somebody they don't know, and start to introduce what we do and how we do it, and try to generate rapport so we can continue having dialogue and hopefully convert these cold calls into customers.
Okay. Tell me more about the main service that you provide for your customers. You mentioned the child welfare.
Sure. I'll give you an example. There's 7,000 caseworkers in the state of Florida. These caseworkers are responsible for the well-being of the children in their caseload. So one caseworker might have 10 families that they are responsible for, and they have to do things to stay compliant. They have to do things that are required as part of their case plan. They have to visit each individual children once a month. They have to participate in court dates. They have to have a safety plan and a case plan. They have to talk to the biological parents on a monthly basis. And part of what we do is we check through connecting with the data systems to make sure that the visits are happening, to make sure the court dates are on time, to make sure the parents are being contacted, to make sure that school progress is positive, that the child is performing well and improving, things like that. And so the caseworkers, our end users, will log on to our services every single day and use our system to get a to-do list, activities that are required, things that are missing, things that are late. They get notified. Their supervisors get alerts. And the objective is to improve outcomes of children by giving the tools and information visibility to the caseworkers and to the supervisor staff, and making sure that all the stakeholders are in the know for what's supposed to be done, and giving them the ability to be more productive and more efficient. And at the end of the day, it's in the best interest of the children.
Now, another part of being a discourse community is that you have a specialized jargon between your members, and a lot of times when you talk about things, sometimes you have abbreviations or maybe certain words that normal people wouldn't understand. Is that common, where if you are talking about something and someone will be like, wait, what does that mean? Do you constantly have to change your communication styles with other people when you talk to maybe non-members of the community, like customers or people that don't know what you're talking about? And how does that affect your communication from talking to normal members and then how does it change to talking to non-members or people who don't know what you're talking about?
Well, first of all, absolutely, and I'll give you some examples. BISFIT, SACWIS, Tier 4, SAS 70. Not a lot of people know what that stuff means. So, because it's a very important part of our business, we have to describe what those acronyms mean. We got to describe the details behind that. Oftentimes we can't. We have to convert our internal tech jargon to a layman's approach so that caseworkers know what we talk about, so that when we make cold calls and talk to customers, they know what we're talking about. But yeah, oftentimes we do have our own inside jargon, and we have to be careful to translate those details to when we talk to folks on the outside.
Okay. Now, going along with that, so it does change when you talk to people, right? I can take that and say, yes, it does change.
Yes.
Okay. How does it affect your writing style, say when you're composing an email or you're writing a document or you're documenting something? Does your writing style change as well as your communication styles depending on who you have to write to?
Sure. Sometimes we have to be more verbose when we do an email or a document. We have to be very explanatory, much more so than if we're just communicating inside the discourse community, because we don't have to explain the details inside. So, not just communicating, but emails, documentation, user guides, README files, quick start guides, updates on our website have to be different. So yeah, a lot of that stuff has to be considered.
Perfect. That answers a lot of my questions, actually. Perfect. So, do you have anything else you want to mention about your community or anything else? Because my huge question is about your communication and how it changes between inside your community and outside. And I think that's great that it does change and that your writing style changes as well. Do you have any other comments?
I don't think I do. I think that's all. I think that's everything.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.